Hello everyone, this is your banking payment channel and today we are discussing about product owner and versus business analyst. What exactly they play the role in a modern agile technology, safe agile technologies, and we'll also think on that what they have played role in the past, especially for business analysts in waterfall model or that kind of thing. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so most of all we are aware about now agile ways of working. So here is the most um, term which is commonly used in agile way is called product owner, and business analyst also we know since long time, but product owner is a new term. He is part of a scrum team. Okay, so we are going to discuss in a brief overview of the importance of both roles, agile, and we are doing the comparison also of both roles, their roles and responsibilities, and what exactly they play a role, what is the role of a business analyst or product owner in a scrum team or a bigger safe agile team. Okay, so that things we are going to discuss in this presentation coming up. So role of a product owner, we can say the product owner is responsible for maximizing the value of the product resulting from the work of the development team. So what is the meaning of this maximizing the value of the product? It is the person who is going to define strategy, vision of the product. What could be the end product should be a beneficial for a customer that will add a value to his product chain or the lifestyle of the product. Okay, that is his main motto of that. Okay, so he's managing the product backlog, he's creating the product backlog, and according to the priority of the user, the client, he will decide that what exactly should be being in the product backlog, which could be in a sprint backlog, from the product backlog to sprint backlog. So normally what do they are refining the product as well with the help of a scrum team, how many points should be given to the product in the backlog, and and backlog cannot be empty of the product. That things we are aware of that, right? Backlog cannot be empty. So his next is he's prioritizing the features and on the business values by giving, normally in agile we are given t-shirt sizing or phenometrical series. So 1357 like that we will give the numbers for the not only for the QA but development and or the implementation how many required for that. And not only that, he's engaging with the stakeholder and customer. He's the between the stakeholder and customer. I mean to say when you say stakeholder, the person who are investing in your business, in your project. Okay, he is the end user stakeholder and customer. Maybe both are not same always, but sometimes always same, because product owner is not a, such a big person who directly talk with the investors. They normally talk with the customers, which are the stakeholders only. So we will in a layman language we can say that he is talking with only your stakeholders. Okay, example, by example we can understand here a product owner for e-commerce. For example, you can e-commerce company or banking company or anything you can keep it. Feature like payment gateway, integration, user account management, based customer feedback and business goals. So these are his vision of that product, for example here. So what exactly he do that he will for an e-commerce company, for example Flipkart or Amazon. So he will prioritize the user story that what should be the payment gateway display, a razor pay, or it's integrated or not proper. If any complaint systems are there, proper feedback is getting or not. So those kind of products, there are so many n number of things. User story can be derived from that, but that is the main product owner role we can say here. Now, what exactly a role of a business analyst here? Now we have some product owner. Now, business analysts act as a bridge between stakeholder and the development team. He is the person understand because he is skilled in that only. For example, any person is skilled in the banking gateway, the business analyst is skilled in that, because QA or development team are not knowing completely what exactly this the functional knowledge is, the domain knowledges are. But a business analyst is completely aware of the knowledge, the deep knowledge of that. So what he will understand, he will understand technical things from the customer or the layman language from the customer, and it will convert into understanding language to the QA team or development team or scrum team here. So that's why he's called a bridge between the development team and the stakeholders customer here, ensuring that the business requirements are clearly understood and implemented. Just now we say that each and every requirement, minute and minute things are clear understood. Based on the user story he will derive, based on that a QA will write test case, based on that our development team will write the code on based on that. So clearly understood that. So his key responsibility is that gathering and documenting the requirements. Correct. All the documents which is a part of a sprint or functional design document, he will collect from that and he will detail write the user story of that. That's one thing. Conducting feasibility study in impact analysis. If such functions is implemented or not implemented or conducted for this sprint, what could be the impact for the product of this? So in a detailed manner, he can do that. Creating a detailed specification user story. Just now we discussed. Based on that, he will derive many user story. That user story will help development team or QA team to write their code or test cases or, and not only that user story, he will review the test cases as well. Okay, when your time permits. So he will derive based on the user. So RTM we prepare requirement testability matrix, and that could be helpful for this. Facilitating the communication between the stakeholders and the development team. There are the sessions many times what happened that QA team also want to be a detailed discussion with the stakeholder. So he is facilitating the session and he will conduct direct discussion with the development team, with your scrum team and your stakeholder as well. But he will be the person who will conduct this session, facilitate the session, and also in a layman language he will understand in a low level language to the QA to the scrum team. Now example, a business analyst for a banking application gather requirements for a new loan processing feature. For example, any new loan plan is introduced. So what he will do, he understand completely features and create a detailed specification for the development team. So he can do that. Okay. Now we come to the main part of the discussion. What is the difference between two? Product owner focuses on the product and vision and strategy. His ultimate aim is that what could be the benefit of the product to the end user. The value should be added to the product. Whenever values word is coming to the picture, that is a product owner. So strategy means you are like a project manager. Here also make a strategy of the product development stage. On the other hand, business analyst focuses on the detailed requirement specification. He is going to in detailed requirement of the each and every requirement of that. So we already discussed on that part. Here already we discussed managing prioritize the product backlog. Based on that, he will take to the sprint backlog. Okay. Now he conduct the analysis documentation, heavy lifting, and any other misactivity. So he will maintain the Jira board as well sometimes. Okay. Not only that, but he also maintain that any epic is written or not, and after epic is written or not, he the user story is mapped to epic or not. So that also we do. Engaging with the stakeholders to align product goals. Already vision we are discussing stakeholder, that is always here. Act as a liaison between stakeholder and development team, that already we discussed as a business analyst. So this comparison we know. Next is strong understanding of market and customer needs. Unless and until he know the vision of the product, and based on that he should also know that what his competitor are in the market, who know the market and what exactly they are looking into, because he should be aware that the feature which he is developing, it is currently getting developed in a market or not. Otherwise it should not happen that it already been developed and we are introducing very late. So he should understand that what are the features or values we are giving, it should be in the is there or not. On the other end, business analyst is a problem solving. As he's having the deep knowledge of the product, he will solve the problem. Excellent communication skill, that is required for both. That is not, I will say, especially for product owner or business analyst. It should have for both. Ability to prioritize the manage the product backlog, that we already we discussed. Excellent communication skill, facilitating the skills, that also we discussed. And career path, typically progress through the senior product owner, product manager, and head of product. There is a one more thing, release train engineer, RT. That is scrum, but this is senior product owner, that will senior manager, that would be his product owner. And at the end I believe I saw the many safe agile project, the portfolio manager also from the product owner side, and typically becomes the senior business analyst architect role and company is the head of the BU of the particular, that is from business analyst. Focuses on the strategic element that we discussed already, focuses on the advanced we already discussed. So this is one of the case study. That case study is for product owner who is define the role, what exactly define engaging new features, prioritizing the feature backlog, what exactly role do he gather the requirement. We discussed all these things. This is the successful implementation of the need. Now from this chart, what we have seen that focus, product owner focus is vision and strategy. Business analyst focus is detailed requirement specification. Discussed we already. Key responsibilities: managing product backlog, feature engaging with the stakeholders, key responsibilities. And responsible business analyst, gathering the requirement, conducting analysis and specification. Skills, market understanding, communication, decision making, that is his communication and decision making. Analysis, documentation is the main part of business analyst, that is always there. Career path we discussed already, senior business analyst and senior project manager. Okay, so interview question maybe ask that how do you prioritize features of the product backlog? So based on your experience you have to do that. How do you prioritize the feature in the product backlog? So if you're aware you can tell me here. But normally what happens that based on the market conditions, the risk involved in the product development, and how many story points are given, based on that and how much is critical to give any feature to a backlog. So many factors are considered that depend on the priorities of the backlog. Describe a time when you had managed to conflict stakeholder priorities. Is maybe your choice, you can try to give the answer. How do you ensure the development team will understand the product vision? Time to time meetings, ensure the meetings and uh, detailed discussion session. Not only that, also we can discuss. And on the other hand, business analysts, how do you gather documentation, and all these things are questions asked within interview setting. So I hope you like this my analysis of product owner versus business analyst here. And if you like, do follow me again for the next many sessions, because we are available on banking payments on YouTube, so we can see there soon. Okay, thank you very much. See you again. Bye bye.